Purple.
Okay, so this is your paper hand of power, okay? So for this project, you're gonna need your construction paper, okay? You guys, I think, have a red one. It doesn't matter what the color is. You're just gonna need your construction paper. You're gonna need your straws. Yeah, your straws. You need your straws, and again, yours might look different than mine. That's okay. You're gonna need your pipe cleaners, your markers, your pencil, your fishing wire, your scissors, and your dots. Okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your hand on your paper, like that, and using your pencil, you're going to go along here. Just like, remember when you were a kid and you had to trace your hand? That's what we're going to do. We're going to trace our hand. And you want to have your hand kind of open, spread out. Oh, I don't know why I got stuck. Then have it spread out. Okay? Like that. Okay? And then I want you to take your time doing this. I'm just going to show you what you're going to do. But I want you to take your time. Okay? Because what you're going to do, on your thumb, you're going to put, what's your favorite movie? On your finger, you're going to put, your pointer finger, you're going to put something that you love. In the middle finger, your favorite food. On your ring finger, I am. What are you? Are you artist? Are you funny? Are you fun? Are you a great friend? And then on the pinky, someday I will. And then you can put here a bracelet or watch or something for the whoever, whatever you want to put here. Or you could put, like Thanos had that big giant crystal. What is your superpower, okay? So, and then once you decorate it really nicely and you put that on there, you're going to use your scissors to cut it out, okay? So I kind of already did mine. All right. So on mine, I just decorated it really quickly. My superpower is creativity. One day I will change the world. I'm an artist, a mom, and a wife. I love chocolate. My favorite food is chocolate. I love God and my family, and my favorite movie is Lord of the Rings. So I only have a few limited markers. I didn't really decorate all that much, but I didn't want to show you what to do. I want you to do it your way. So in my case, I put the little crystals. So this is the backhand of the back of your hand, and this part I'm going to tell you we're doing this together because I've never done this project before. And I like to do that with kids so that you can see that sometimes we don't know. And also, if I run into a problem, it might be the same problem you run into. Okay. On this part, we're going to use our straws. And we're going to take one of our markers. Okay. And then if you see on your fingers, right, on your hand, you have these natural lines in your hand. Okay? And with your pencil, I want you to mark where those lines are on your paper. Can you see that? Come close. If you see that, you're going to mark it, right? So on your ring finger, you have one here, you have one here, and then at the end where it bends. Okay? We're going to do the same thing here. You have one here, and then where it bends. And your pointer finger. You have one here, and where it bends. And on your thumb, you have one here, and where it bends. Okay? So on your straws, we just want enough straw that you can mark those same areas. So right below, like in my case, I know I made nails. If you didn't make nails, go all the way to the top. But in my case, I made nails. So I'm going to let the nails stick out a little bit. But I'm going to put a line on the straw right here, where that line is, right here, and right here for my pinky. And we'll start there, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is cut on this first line. And I know that that is enough for my pinky. Okay, and then we'll cut the other one and the other one. And this is where your little glue dots are going to come into play. So So again, I have this, so we'll use these as my glue dots. And we're going to, the smallest one, and the longer one, and the middle one. So let's see. Hey, it just seems a little longer. If you need to cut it a little bit, you can. Cut mine just a little bit. And then with your glue dots, you're going to put your glue dots on there. And glue them right in those spots. Where is it? Here we go. So my glue dot 1. Glue dot 2. And glue dot 3. Yours could just be the dots, and that's fine. All you want to do is make sure that they're sticking to the paper, not to you. So make sure there's a little bit of space, okay? So you want to make sure that they bend. Your fingers will bend. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing again on the next one. So you can use your straw. And again, mark where you put those little lines. 1 line, 2 line, 3 line. If you see this one is smaller than that one, this one is smaller than that one. So remember that when you're putting them down onto your finger, that you want the longer line on the bottom, just like on your hands, right? You have these are maybe about the same length or shorter, and the bottom one is the longest one. And you can cut them a tiny bit shorter than the line. Don't be afraid to cut them a little smaller, because you do want to have a little space for them to move. Sorry, I got long hair. Okay. And we'll do that again. And we're going to continue to do that until the whole hand is covered. See? And what I'm going to do is go ahead and finish this up. As you see how we're doing it. I'm going to go all the way down to the thumb. And again, you see how I have just a little tiny space in between them so that it can bend. See that? You want it to bend. Okay, so I have all my little straws on there, and as you can see, my fingers can bend. The more space you have in between them, the better they bend. And yours are going to bend better than mine, because your straws are probably thinner than mine. Okay, so in your hand, you also have bones that come down when you're moving your hands. So we want to give this a little bit of structure. So we're going to do 1. I'm just going to, it doesn't have to be exact. Just going to give them a little bit of structure. The same bones that come down. You just want to be able to make sure that we have a little bit of structure in our hand. Otherwise, our hand is going to collapse and there'll be nothing to protect the center of it. Okay? So we want to have some bones, quote unquote, that come in there. And then we're going to take another straw. And we can actually take 2. Again, just to give structure. make these the same exact length. We'll put those here. Like that. Okay? So we have five bones here and 2 bones here. Can you see that? And again, it doesn't have to be exact. You just want to make sure that these will be able to bend and that this gives the hand a little structure. So I'm going to go ahead and put those down with the dots. And if you only have dots, just use a few extra ones if you need to for the center one. I happen to have these, so this works. But if you have little dots, you can put one on one end and one on the other end. And again, giving space for those fingers to bend down. You don't want it too close. And again, if you only have dots, put 1 dot here and 1 dot on the end, and that's plenty. Okay. So now you have bones going down your whole hand. When I say bones, I mean your straws, right? So it's just to mimic the structure of the bones in your hands. All right. Okay, so it should be able to bend and bend and bend. So, you know, if your hand can do this, you're doing good. All right. Now the tricky part. So you have 2 yards of fishing wire. And you're going to need enough fishing wire to go up the center of each line. So we have one that's going to go up the center here, up the center, here, going into each straw, till you get to the end, right? Now I want you to be very careful here because you only have 2 yards. So here, what we're gonna do is normally you would tie this, but we're just gonna go ahead and use our sticky dots, and hopefully that's gonna work. So take the end of your wire. It's kind of wily thing. Fold it over and sticky dot it down. Just don't take the back off of your sticky dot. And see, now watch this. Now if I pull it from here, oh, my thumb is bending. That's great. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing with each finger. So just leave just a little bit of wire here, of the fishing wire down here, so that you can tie it. And let's go, so on the second one, we're going to go into the same side, on the same side. I'm going to go here. into that same one. So hold this down while you're going in there so you don't push it out by accident. And go all the way up the second finger. Just hold it so it doesn't get tangled. Go up, go up. Okay, pull it down because you don't want to use too much. And then again, grabbing a sticky dot, just not taking off the other end. Fold down your wire and stick it down. So can you see that? How it's folded down and the sticky dot is just holding it down. Just make sure it's actually holding down the wire. I mean the fishing line. And then if you pull it, there we go. That finger works. And again, just cut your little piece here. Okay. So we got two. Okay. Okay, so what I did was I put one fishing wire through this one. So two lines, fishing lines through here for these two fingers. And then, there we go. Two fishing lines for this one through this, for these two fingers. So now we just have the middle finger left, right? So you should have just a piece of fishing wire. And you could do it from the top or the bottom. And you could choose either side. It's up to you. So I chose to do this one from the top. And you could choose either side to have it go all the way through. All right, now be careful because look what I just did. I pulled it through without holding it up there. So let's go back. Okay. And what I said, hold on to them, because otherwise they'll get loose on you. All right. This one is a wee bit. Oh, this one got a little tangled. Okay, we're gonna try this again. So like I said, you might go through the same trouble. So what I'm gonna do is instead of trying to do it from the top, which is what I was doing, I'll do it from the bottom like I did the rest of them. Just to show you, it's probably easier that way. Yep, much easier that way. So don't do what Miss Aida did. Just do it from the bottom. But keep track of your fishing wire. This is the trickier one. All right. All right. I have to hold this with one hand as I pass it through with the other because this one is the trickiest one and it wants to come out. It's also the most wiry one. Okay, so you see I'm holding it on both ends, so it won't do that again. Bring it through, bring it through. Okay, this one's a little bit more wiry. And you can fast forward past this part if you figured this part out. Okay. Finally. Okay. Last dot. Careful, careful. Hold it down. Okay, last dot. And all of them are through. Grab the ends of all of your fishing wire here on the end. Okay. And pull them through. So what I want you to do is pull them through so that all your fingers bend. So I have a pinky here that's not bending as much. There we go. All right, so all of my fingers bend. I'm holding it, releasing, don't let go. Hold and pull. Okay, all the fingers are bending. Now take them and take all of them at that point and tie them into a knot. Okay, all yours are tied in one big knot. Okay, and take one of your pipe cleaners and wrap it around that knot. And wrap your So you should have enough straws to put one straw in the bottom. And if you have extra, just cut that off. And bring your pipe cleaner all the way to that last straw, that other straw there. And stuff all your little ends of your fishing wire into that straw. If you have tape, you can tape them all down, if that makes it easier for you. Okay, and this is what your finished project should look like. So this will help keep all those fishing wire, loose fishing wire in place, and this will help you pull. And if you hold up your hand, this is my hand of power. Yay! So like Thanos, poof! I use my superpowers for good. I hope you enjoyed that project.